Y'all, let's talk about authenticity for a second. One thing I've learned in the past few years while growing my platform is that I want authentic followers. This translates into quality over quantity, letting go of the vanity metrics. When I first was navigating the platform, I didn't understand the point of social networking. I just thought it was about getting followers. I didn't realize the marketing potential available to me through growing an authentic community. As a result, I stumbled a few times, made several mistakes, quit the platform several times, only to return again and again. There was just a visually different draw on Instagram that aroused my curiosity. As I learned more and tested methods, I realized what I was doing was not working. Sound familiar? In my recent 5-day growth challenge inside my Authentic Instagram Engagement Facebook group, I shared 4 things I tried that didn't work and 7 focused tips that did work. They helped grow my community. So what you're about to listen to is the second half of this training from that week. And if you didn't catch the first half called 5 Steps to Authentic Audience Growth in episode 34, go back and listen to that next. Before I share what did and didn't work for me, I want you to know the doors just opened for my spring 12-week Insider Intensive. Now, this is a thriving community of godly women from all walks of life, authors, speakers, podcasters, MLMs, bloggers, and businesswomen, all focused on growing an authentic platform while broadening their reach, learning marketing techniques, and honing their messages to connect with target followers on the platform. This intensive starts April 5th, and I would love to have you join me if this sounds like something you're looking for. I will leave the link to the intensive in the show notes, but I wanted to quickly share a testimony from Joni Scott, who went through the recent 5-day challenge with us. And after watching a Zoom roundtable with my current 12-week Insider Intensive members, she decided to join the course. Here's what she had to say to me in a direct message. I have been praying about a new platform to use for my writing and podcasting. During the 5-day challenge, I focused on just making genuine, heartfelt comments to my new Instagram friends. Then I noticed I was doing the same at work, in person, which then made me realize how I usually hide from people I don't know well, online and off. That alone caused your 5-day challenge to be life-altering. I wanted to thank you for that. I'm tearing up just reading this again. What a blessing and what a tool we have at our fingertips to not only broaden our message and promote our product, book, or podcast, but to reach others for the kingdom in the process. Wow, we've been entrusted with a lot here. But for now, without further ado, let's delve into what worked and didn't work for me on Instagram. And I just have to wonder if you've done some of these too. Listen in. Hey there, it's Ruthie from RuthieGray.mom, and welcome to Instagram Insider Hacks. So easy, your mom can do it. This is the podcast that teaches you how to authentically deliver your message in a non-pushy way. If you want to receive engagement and investment on your Insta time, listen in. And now, here's your host, me, Ruthie Gray. Let me tell you about some things I've done that have not worked to grow my audience. I mentioned follow trains. If you have participated in a follow train, I would like to see a hand raised emoji. I don't know many people who haven't. They can be exhausting. Some of those things have thousands of people, and all you do all day long is follow those people. So I did that one summer, and I decided just to try it out because at that time I was really heavily, my message was mentoring moms to capture joy in parenting. That's still my deep heart message. But now I mentor moms in business to get their message out on Instagram. Okay, I see some hand raised emojis there. Yes. So a lot of us have participated in these, and they're exhausting. And so I participated and was a ghost admin. And with ghost admin, then you don't have to follow all the new people, but you do have to post about the follow train every time. And because it was focused on just moms, I did it. So I did this for a summer for 3 months, and I picked up 2,000 followers. And over the next year, I lost almost all of them. It wasn't worth it. It gave me a little bit of exposure, but it gave me a whole lot of headache. And let me tell you something else. The people that do the follow trains are not nice. As a ghost admin, you're not supposed to have to follow everybody. And they will comment on there and say, missed me, missed me, missed me. It's just not authentic. That's not where you want to go. Yeah, I see all of your hands there. Yes. And like I said, it can be a smaller niched follow train. I have been a participant in a couple of those. One of them was faith writers, and I have found some really good ones, probably some of you from there. Another one was a writer's niche following. That was really, it was somebody that I really respected. But other than that, you need to stay away from those. Okay. So that's one thing I've done that hasn't worked. Another thing I've done is I have been inconsistent and spread too thin, as in trying to be on all the platforms. So you can be on, 2 to 3 platforms, but really it needs to involve automation if you're going to be on other platforms other than Instagram. If you're really trying to grow your Instagram account, you need to dig in and be there and be present. You got to engage. You've got to just really be present on the platform for the allotted time that you give it, and no automations. Now, I did mention a scheduler, but very rarely do I let it auto post unless I am like super busy and I know it's a post that's going to take off. But even if I do let it auto post, I know what time it's going to post, and I'm already interacting on the app before it ever posts. So Instagram sees she's not just flaunting her stuff. She's not just adding to the noise. She is delivering value. Okay. So I have been inconsistent and spread too thin. And then I would do a challenge and I would post for 30 days. And then I'd be like, where is everyone? And I'm just going to not do this anymore. It's exhausting. I did that about 3 times before I figured out how to make Instagram work for me. Instagram can work for you, but you got to dig in and be there for the long haul. Okay, here's another thing that I did that made me not succeed at Instagram. And that was I focused on only my content and I remained an island. Like I didn't understand the point of comments. Like, why did people keep commenting on my stuff? And really, was it important for that? And was I supposed to comment on their stuff? I mean, what was the point? I want people to read my stuff. A, it's a social network. You have to be social on it. And B, answer your comments. Girl, don't just post and ghost. You need to be on the app when you're on the app. You need to answer those comments, and they need to be in a timely fashion. And they need to be most of the time, they need to be more than yes or true or thank you. Really dig in there. Take some time to connect with these folks that have taken time to comment on your posts. And so I was just focused on my own content, and I remained an island. Like I just didn't reach out to people. And that was the worst thing I could have done. Community grows opportunity. You'll hear me say that time and time again inside my content marketing framework. And then the other thing I did was, and this is closely related to Instagram, but I jumped from freebie to freebie that would tell me how to do Instagram or how to do email marketing or how to create a course. I mean, like I was grabbing up all the knowledge, and trying to piece it together. When you do that, you waste time because you're taking away from what you really need to be focused on. I just mentioned this in the last Instagram Insider Hacks podcast 32. Everybody got a sneak peek of my Insider Intensive in a Zoom training with Lisa Yvonne, my business coach. And she encouraged us, and I'm encouraging you to follow one thought leader. If you're here in this group, I need you to trust me and I need you to follow me and I need you to just do what I say and stop going out there and looking at all the other thought leaders about Instagram and social media. Just dig in and do it. Here's the thing. If you are doing all of this, then you're not doing this. So if you're all spread out, you're not in a singular focused line. And that's what you need to be. Authentic growth. Yes, it's slow. That's why I decided to create this challenge for you, because I knew that the people that would come into this group were going to be authentic and they were going to be people that I wanted in my community. That's how you grow community, by your uniqueness and your personality, your idiosyncrasies, your likes and dislikes. That's how you grow an authentic community. Okay. Now, I got a few more things to tell you. Okay. So here were 7 things that did work for me on Instagram that will work for you too. Connecting with like-minded people, scheduling content, creating my own content that's unique to me. That means posting my own photographs sometimes. Almost every time I post anymore, it's my own. Once in a while, it's a stock. And I am writing some really good educational content that delivers value. Sometimes it's entertaining because that's just how I roll. Number 4, spending lots of time in stories. Y'all know, if you have watched my stories, drop a 6, okay? If you have connected with me in stories, drop a 6. Stories are where you show the behind the scenes. People get to know the real you and you get to know them. So this is where the intersection comes of your likes and dislikes and theirs, your struggles and theirs. Jessica says 6. Yeah. And here's the thing. You take it one step further. Michelle says yes. Jane says yes. And you pop in those engagement stickers. Engagement stickers are polls. You want to just ask it. It's not like when you're starting this out and you're building your platform and you're trying to grow authentically, you're not saying, have you ever used my product before? Do you need help with XYZ? No. Back it up. Back it up, girlfriend. What you need to do is say things like, I just took a morning walk. It is 60 degrees outside. Is it warm where you are? Yes or no? That's it, And then if you do like the other night, how many of you saw, we were watching James Bond. We had the subtitles on and I posted a question sticker and said, what are you watching? A bunch of you told me what you were watching. I mean, people love that. Or another thing I love to do, is a fun one, is what movie is this? I did that a lot at Christmas time and people love to guess that. And so then you get interactions there. You start talking to them in the DM. And if you get enough responses, you can just screenshot it and share it in stories. People love to see their name. This is how you develop relationships. This is how you develop community. And community grows opportunity, right? Okay. Spending lots of time in stories. Number 5, using avatar-specific hashtags. Like I said before, like looking up the magnolia or whatever your people are into at the moment. And then number 6, staying in my lane. Yeah, let me get to that in a minute. Rebecca says, I'm learning these MLM marketers are steering us so wrong for our business posts. Yeah, They are. Let me give you an example of that. So if you're posting, like that goes under the first 5 tips I gave you about what to do to grow your community. That goes under like number 3, using video. So a lot of times with MLMs, you see there just the product post all the time. Nobody wants to see that product post. They're like, oh, she's trying to sell me something. Click. I'm just going to scroll on. People like to be on Instagram to be entertained or inspired or educated. So what you have to do is, kind of show your product more as you're creating a need, like you are educating around that product. Like one of my Insider Intensive members who does an excellent job of this is Kathy Ladansky. She sells Rodan and Fields. She's in this group. She's been with me a long time. And one thing that she always says is whenever I am in Ruthie's memberships, I make money. It's because she listens to me. She listens to one person at a time. So what she does is she does well with her sales, but it's because she delivers tons of value and she's not always saying, buy my thing. She's educating around her product. Yes, Melinda, she does a phenomenal job. She did a 5-day wash your face challenge and got exposure that way. And people tagged her. That was genius because I hate washing my face at night. So it's stuff like that you have to do. You just have to learn to deliver value. Okay. So number 6, staying in my lane instead of trying to go and, get like a squirrel, doing what everyone else is doing, staying in my lane, having a plan and sticking with it, because a lot of times we just give up on it before we really test it out and see if it works. So staying in my lane. And number 7, being me and not anyone else. Embrace your uniqueness. You are uniquely you. Think of the word Y-O-U in unique. That's you. So you want to be you and not anybody else because you want to attract people who are like-minded, who are really going to buy from you, right? or listen to your podcast or, buy your book or whatever. Did you find yourself nodding your head at any of the things I did that didn't work? Did you do follow trains? Did you struggle with inconsistency, isolating yourself instead of entering into community, perhaps? Freebie seeking, anyone? The key here is community. Start reaching out and making connections with like-minded people who share your values. Spend time in stories with others. Use avatar-specific hashtags. Be uniquely you. Stay in your lane and don't do what everybody else is doing. Lean into yourself and stand out. And I just want to reiterate that if you don't know where to start with community, but you're seeking to learn how to do all of this with a community of like-minded Christian businesswomen, we would love to have you. Check out the 12-week Insider Intensive right now by clicking in on the show notes and see if it might be exactly what you're looking for. You'll gain access to my community marketing framework and make the connections you need, coupled with the knowledge you're seeking to grow your platform authentically and effectively. Remember, community grows opportunity. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And I want to invite you, if you haven't joined already, to pop over to Facebook and join my Authentic Instagram Engagement free Facebook group. You'll be welcomed in with open arms. I so appreciate you being here and listening to the podcast again. Now, go out there and get growing your platform authentically.